Today, I'm trying to build a Facebook news feed with static data and table view. Now, static data means that your data that you create, the data doesn't change. In contrast, we have dynamic data. Dynamic data means that maybe like data that created by your users. It changes. It's dynamic, it's not static, okay? Hey guys, it's David Tran. Welcome back to the channel. Today is day number 15 of my 30 days of Swift challenge. Now, the reason why I'm so excited for this is that it's halfway of the challenge. Day 15 over 30 is a half, right? Now, it's so hard. Honestly, it's so hard to keep up with the challenge, and not only that, we create this, but also I document the journey by video with you. Now, if you are new to channel, 30 days of Swift challenge is a challenge that I challenge myself to create a new app or feature of an app every day, and then I document the journey by creating video tutorial to share with you on how to do that step by step. So maybe you'll see, if you are a long-term subscriber of my channel, you'll see that it took me some time to make the videos, because it takes longer to make the video than actually creating the app. So here is how today's app looks like. It looks like the Facebook newsfeed, or at least the basic newsfeed features of Facebook. We have static data. Each of the posts, we have a list, a feed of posts. Each of the posts has a profile picture, a username, the caption, a big beautiful image, and then we have some separator. Below the separator, we have the buttons for like, share, and comment. Each of the button is really special because it has an icon and then the label of the button. I will share with you on how to do that. Each of the posts has a bigger separator as well. So if you would love to join me in this demo and build this feature with me today, just click the link right below this video to join the 30 days of Swift challenge. Then you can download the images, the resources, the starter file, the model classes that prepare for you in this demo. So let's go into the demo and build this. Alright guys, so before we dive into the building newsfeed, Facebook newsfeed for our challenge today, I prepared a starter project that will save us some setup time. We just have a tab bar controller in the storyboard. Then each of it has several tabs like this. Don't worry about the icons, it will render okay when we run it. And then we'll have a few navigation controllers so that we will have the icons looks nice. Then here we have the newsfeed tail view controller is what we implement the newsfeed. Alright. Then in the post, we have a post class. It is just a struct with a few properties for each of the posts. We have a method called fetch post that return for us an array of posts. That will be our data model. Then we have the user. It's just some data model over here, some simple ones. And then we'll have a bunch of XC assets, catalog. Alright. So now, first step. Let's design our storyboard over here. I'm going to make some space. Hold the Option key to pop over this object library. Then now the first thing is we need to have this prototype cell to be like a really big cell, right? Alright, the first thing I'm gonna do is I will increase the size of this prototype cell height. So click to this height, and then we'll use the size inspector. Let's change that to 589 points because they're really big cell. Then we need a profile image. I'm going to drag out, oops, not that, gosh. Okay, so not this, drag this. Alright, so I'm going to delete, drag another image over here. For this image, I will change this into my name, the image over there, aspect fill, and then clip to bounce. And then we'll use auto layout constraint, uncheck the constraint to margin, 12 left and top, and then width and height is 36 by 36. Then I will add the for constraint to it. Alright, next up, let's have a label. A label over here, that will be my name, the username. Okay, then we use the system font 15. Let's change the style into bold like that, and then let's uncheck. Let's apply auto layer constraint for this guy.
So let's drag all the way. Auto layout and check the constraint to margin. 12 left, 8 to the left, and 12 to the right. And then add the for constraint. Here we go. Then next, I want to have the, let's say this is posted 12 hours ago, right? This should just be like 12 points. And then the color, let's use dark gray color. Like this. We'll put that somewhere over here. Auto layer constraint for this guy and check margin. 4 to the top, 8 left. That's okay. That's good. All right. So here we go. All right. So the next thing is let's have an icon, a little image icon over here, really small. What it does is that it will be our global icon, right? So icon globe. Okay, and then we'll have aspect fit like this. So icon globe in Facebook, it means that the user is posted it, sharing this with everyone. All right, so let's auto layer constraint. I know there's a lot of things to add constraint to. So 4, and then width is 10, height is just 10 at the 4 constraint. All right, so it's really small. All right, now this, I'm not satisfied with this. Come on. So I'm going to kind of like increase this into maybe 6. Okay, 8. Yeah. Okay, it looks better. So another solution, actually I prefer it that way. So I'm going to delete this like top constraint, and then I'm going to drag, right click and drag to this guy, and then we'll center vertically. Okay, so it will be like right vertically like this with this label, so it aligns nicely. All right, awesome. Next up, we want to have a label, another label for the caption here, right? So for this caption, we want to make sure that we have the kind of like the caption, so some sample text over here. I'm going to the post, and then let's go into this. Now this is really long, so I'm going to copy just a random few sentences to make sure that we have some data to work with, and then double click, copy paste. Here we go. Then now we need to change this guy from the line number is 3, the system font is 15, and then oh my god, this is really long. Okay, so here is the way that we are going to do this. I'm going to select this guy, auto layer constraint, really nice way to do it. 8 to the left, 12 to the left, and 12 to the right. 8 to top, 12 left, and 12 right. Add the constraint like this, so it will align nicely. You'll see that? All right, so that's an easy way to do that, to utilize auto layout. Then now let's have the post image. Here we go, an image, drag to the screen, and we want to have all the edges, right? So to do this, actually, let's make this guy, here we go, 8 points. So the way that you can have this ruler is you select one element, and then you hold Option key, select image, hold Option key, and then you can drag around, or you can hover your mouse around this, and you have the ruler, okay? And we'll drag this over here. Okay, let's auto layout constraint. I'm going to add the size as well. So width and height to be the same. All right. So here, let's select the image, auto layout constraint, 8 to the top, left and right like this. But I don't want to set the width or the height, because this image, we want the width to be 100% the width of the view. So it should be left and right, pinned to the left and right 0 points, right? And then the height, it shouldn't be like 375 points all the time, because this is simulated on an iPhone 8. What happens if it is on an iPad, or what happens if it is on a bigger iPhone or smaller iPhone, right? So we want to use the aspect ratio, and then we add the for constraint like this. We select this guy, goes into the attribute inspector. Let's change the image into like number 2, okay? And then we'll have scale aspect fill, and we will clip to bounce like this. Okay, next up, let's have a label over here that is going to be our post stat label, like this. And then we do something, oops, gosh, I missed it somewhere. Label, I will delete that. And then here we go. Okay, double click, something like 15 likes, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll do something like this, okay? 30 comments, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces. Let's say like 5 shares, something like that, okay? And then select this guy. Let's use system is 12. Let me, yeah, 12. This actually, I think 12 a little bit too big. Okay, let's just try it. Okay, so 12, and then let's change the dark gray color like that. Okay, and then auto layout constraint for this guy, 12 top, left and right. Okay, add the constraint. Looking good, looking good. All right, yeah, look good, looks good. So next up, I want to have a little line, a really small line over here, so that it will separate it, and then below that will be our buttons. So let's have a UI view over here. Okay, be really careful with this kind of thing. So UI view like this, and then we'll change the background color into a custom color, and then change to RGB slider on the second tab like this, and then RGB slider. Okay, then what we can do is over the hex color, I will change that into D3, D6, and D8. We want to use that color. Then let's use auto layout constraint. 12 to the top, left and right, and then the height is just 1 point. Add the constraint, boom, looking good. All right, so next up, we want to have 3 buttons for the like, comment, and share. Now, we will just use 1 button first. 1, 2, 3, like this, okay? And then I have 3 spaces before the like. And then the image here, I want to use the icon like, and then we have the image. Oops, come on. All right, so here we want to change the text color into like dark gray color. Oh, this is really too, okay, I want to change the custom color, and then RGB slider, and then we'll use D3, D6, and D8 again. All right, so it looks better. Here we go. Then this like button over here, we'll want to change the text size, right? The font size, we want to use it as 15 point. So like, let's change this into 15 point. Here we go. So next up, we'll duplicate this guy. Okay, instead of like, we'll change it into comment. All right, next up, icon is icon comments. Then we'll duplicate this guy. We'll have it to the right. Okay, then instead of comments, we'll have that as share. And then icon is share. Here we go. So now how can we auto layout this guy? Well, that will be like a really quite hard problem, I guess. Well, an easy way to do this is we'll use something we call a stack view. Okay, we'll use something called stack view. So I will like drag all these things, select all these 3. Oh, come on, Xcode. So 1, 2, 3, like that. And then there's a little button over here. It allows us to embed these views into a stack view. Okay, then goes into the pin menu. Want to make like 12 to the left, 12 to the right, and 12 to the bottom, to the right. And then we, uncheck the constraint to margin, just to make sure 12 left and right. And then add the 3 constraint, and it will look something like this. Well, this happens because the stack view that we are doing here, the alignment, we want to change our alignment option. Well, the alignment here, we want to not fill, but fill equally. The distribution, actually. Okay, so we want to distribute equally. like that. So it look nice, right? So lastly, I want to have an UI view. Will be kind of like the separator between the post. So we'll put that somewhere like this. Now this, the I think we want to use it something like 5 point, 8 point. All right, so let's select this view, separator view, change the color into RGB slider, D3, D6, and D8. Okay. Then auto layout constraint, left, right, and bottom. The height is 8 points. Add the 4 constraint, and everything looks good. All right. So do we have a top constraint? Yeah, we do need a top constraint. So pay attention. We do need a top constraint to the stack view. Okay, I'm going to drag from this view to the stack view, and then we have the vertical spacing. Otherwise, this row right here, it will not look good when we run it. Okay, because for a custom or automatic table view cell height like this, we need all the vertical constraints to work correctly. Otherwise, it will mess up the vertical spaces. All right. So that is designing the storyboard. I mean, it takes some time to do that, but I hope that you enjoy it. Okay. So next up is we want to have a cell for this guy. So we'll right click, new file, script file, and I'm going to call a post cell. Okay, so the post cell here, let's import UI kit. Then we'll create a class called post cell that is a subclass of UI table view cell. Like this. Here we go. So this class, we want to have a bunch of IB outlets. With var, that is time ago label is a UI label. We want to have, oops, IB outlet here. Username label, UI label. We want to have the profile image view, UI image view, the post image view, UI image view. Then we'll have the caption label is UI label. Finally, we'll have the post stats label, UI label, like that. Okay. Then we'll have a post for the post to be set. Whenever this guy gets set, I'm going to call update UI method. Cool. Now in this update UI, I'm going to create the function, a method called update UI. In this one, all we need to do is profile image view.image is the post created by profile image. We change the image. Then username label text is post created by username. Then the time ago label text is post time ago. Caption label text is the post caption. Finally, we do the post image view.image is the post.image. And then we'll have the post stats label text. We'll do something like I will go back into main storyboard. Okay, and then we'll have this guy duplicate. We'll copy that text, go back into post cell. This is a string. Here we go. Now each of these numbers here, we'll want to change that into like post dot number of likes and grab that. Okay, 30, that will be post dot number of shares. And then the 5 we do post dot number of comments. You see this? Alright, so it looks good. Let's go back into main.storyboard, and then we'll change the custom class of this cell. Go into the custom class, change that into post cell. Then all we need to do now is we'll connect the IB outlet for the cell. So we have the caption label. We'll drag it over here. Post image view, post stat label, post the profile image view. time ago label, then finally is username label. All right, so everything is good to go. Then now let's select this cell as well, and then we'll change the user, the identifier into post cell. All right, so we have the storyboard, we have the post cell. Next, we need the table view controller for this guy. So right click, new file, Swift, Newsfeed, table view controller. Here we go. Import UI kit. That is a class called Newsfeed. Table view controller is a subclass of UI table view controller. Okay, let's make some space here. So now, in this Newsfeed table view controller, the first thing we want to do is we want to have a bunch of posts, right? So posts like this, right? Then in view.load, we want to call super.view, super.view.load. Come on. Okay. Then I want to do like we want to call a method called fetch post. Now the fetch post here, what we want to do is we want to kind of like download all the posts from our API. But because this is a local data over here, so I'm going to call the post equal to post.fetch posts. Okay? Then table view dot reload data. Reload the data just like that. Cool? Alright. Then now all we need to do left is we'll create an extension for Newsfeed table view controller. This will be, I'm going to create a mark here for the UI table view data source. Now this UI table view data source, we need to implement number of rows in the section we return. If we do have the post, then we return the post.count. Otherwise, we'll return 0. Next method is cell for row at index path. Okay. First thing we do is let cell is table view dot the key reusable cell with the identifier is post cell. Then for the index path, we pass in the index path and this guy. Then we cache that down as a post cell. Then finally we do post cell.post is our post at the index path.row. Then we return the cell. Okay? So I'm implementing this quite fast here because it's quite routine. In this, we need to ungrab that. Cool. All right. So now let's go into main.storyboard. Click here. Then we'll change the custom class into Newsfeed table view controller. Then we'll run the project and see how it looks like. And hopefully this time it works. Let's see how it looks like. Alright, so okay. Alright, so we have a bunch of posts and we have the captions, everything like that. But this, oh, you see, this only has one line. We want to have like 3 lines. And then we miss the post stat label for some reason. This also one line doesn't have post stat. Well, this, it looks it sucks, right? We miss the username and it messed up. Well, why is that? Well, another solution in the new Xcode is I actually never tried this before, so I apologize for that because I usually do in code, but I want to try in storyboard. Number one is you see, there's always a separator over here. So actually, once select the table view, goes into the separator and use that as none. Okay. That's the second thing. The second thing I want to do is the table view. Still, table view goes into the size inspector, and then we have the row height here. Now, instead of row height is this guy. We want to use the estimated row height is 589, and then the row height, we want to check the automatic. Okay, so in the previous versions of Xcode, we have to do this in code in view.load, but this I think it's easier. Okay, so you see this? All right. Oh, by the way, the share here should be ungrab that. Number comments here, run it. Here we go. So sharing comments, we have everything nicely. Yeah, this looks nice. This is good. Okay. Oh, we missed the profile picture. So profile. Oh, this is not post image view, but profile image view. Let's run that once again. Okay, just a little. Here we go. All right, so changes the profile. Looking good, looking good. Yeah, I like it. So there's a little space here. If you want to change it, you can change it. Okay, increase it. Yeah, look good. Okay, now over the top here on the Facebook app, they actually do have a what they call is a search controller, kind of like a search bar, right? So depending on the versions of Facebook that you are using, so maybe in your app you want to have a search controller, search bar on top like this, and you want to click, then you want to search your table view, right? So in the view did load here, I'm going to create a method called like setup search controller. Okay, then because that is a search controller over here, let's have a search controller is UI search controller like that. Then let's have that method from search controllers. All right, so inside this search controller, setup search controller, we'll create a search controller is UI search controller. Then the not coder, but search controller is nil, like this. Then we do search controller dot hides navigation bar during presentation is false. Okay, so do you want to hide this navigation bar when you click to that or not? Next is search controller deems background during presentation is true. Let's say that. And then let's use search controller dot search bar dot bar style is dot black. Okay, then we can say that hey, navigation item, we want to change the not the title but the title view, okay, into search controller dot search bar. Then we say hey, defined presentation context. Okay, so this indicates whether this view controller view is covered when the view controller or one of the descendants present equals to true. Okay, so this will allows you to say that the title here, we want to change that, right? When we set this to true, then we'll kind of like it's just so we make everything in order. So let's say that. Okay, so that we have the search controller, and you see the cancel button like that, if that is a thing that you are into. Okay,
alright, I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. If you do, can you do me two favors? Number one is subscribe to the channel so that every time that I release a new training, a new video tutorial, you'll be the first to know. And remember to turn on the notification bell as well. And number two is join us in this 30 days of Swift challenge. So I put together in one place on my blog 30 videos, 30 posts, and the resources, the source code, the starter project, the complete project for you all in this 30 days of Swift challenge. If you love to join me, just click the link in the description box, enter your name and email to create your profile, and then I will send you everything in this 30 days of Swift challenge, all for free. Until then, my friend, I see you in the challenge. I see you in the next video. Bye bye.